We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. Today we also have a powerful moon in Dara's alignment, which is helping us to clear away anything blocking our heart chakra to open us up to higher dimensional love. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick reading starting for the divine feminine side of things, just to see what is going on. Remember, this is always just a general collective reading. That's why I encourage you to do the one-on-one readings or coaching sessions as often as you need them. On my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. I am an energy healer. I have a ton of healings, clearings, and activations on my website. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on there. So tons of healings for you. All right, we are actually preparing for the eclipse gateway, which is huge for twin flames, no matter what your situation. Some of you guys are closing out a cycle and clearing karma or karmic energies from your union. And some of you guys, if you're in separation, may be preparing for reunion and to come together. Those in union, really about shifting into a higher alignment and clearing anything blocking your frequency right now or your union. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a reading for the divine feminine side of things, just to see what is going on. Only take what resonates for your situation. Divine feminine, neglected. I failed to give you what you need. Okay, and this has so many undertones. We're in Virgo season, so you're being encouraged to really pour into and fill your own cup. For some in union, you might have been putting too much focus on this union, and there may have been an imbalance energetically, and it might have started to take a toll on the divine feminine side of energy. Could be vice versa, but this is a reading for the divine feminine. Some in separation, this is highlighting wounds that you may still need to heal that could have been triggered from this situation. So oftentimes twin flame can be a very, very intense connection. It can bring a lot of highs and it can bring a lot of lows, where it's highlighting things on the energy level or patterns within yourself that you're still kind of working through too. So this is like take care of yourself kind of energy. Some of you guys have needed to take a step back to really look after yourself and take care of your energy, or to focus on your own healing. In fact, that's what separation is. But this is your little reminder that even in union, make sure that you're really pouring into yourself and taking care of yourself. Some of you guys are dealing with needing good boundaries with this union and with this connection as well too, so that you're able to really, really take care of yourself in the way that you should, and it doesn't become, I'll say, another codependent or a codependent dynamic. And I mean on the energy level as well too. You might have been giving a lot to this person or this union, especially those in separation. You might be like having this person on your mind a lot, focusing on them all the time, or even in union, like spending more and more time with them, but also neglecting, whether it's things on your own yourself energetically, or even things in your life that bring you happiness and bring you joy. And so for this reading, you're being guided to really use the energy of Virgo season to take care of yourself energetically and to focus on your own healing too, no matter what the situation. Okay, there may be a reveal coming, or maybe some of you guys have had a reveal lately. This could be getting clarity on your situation, or this could be uncomfortable conversations, truth coming up. Or in Scorpio energy too, right? This might be like feelings coming up, or telling the person how you feel. It just kind of depends. It can kind of go with that energy theme as well too. So we have this confession. I feel unclear as to where I stand. This could be the union. You may not know where it's going, where you're at with things, what's going on with it. If needing it, do a one-on-one read with me to tap in and see what's going on specifically for you too. So some of you guys might be dealing with people around your connection, or we'll say a lot of eyes on your connection. This could be outside energies, or even just twin flames have powerful gifts, okay? Doesn't matter the relationship status, you're always anchored into that union in the higher. You have very, very powerful psychic and spiritual gifts. Sometimes this can draw unwanted attention or different types of dynamics. You may have already known that your whole life or on the spiritual path. So this is like a take care of your energy, but also make sure you're doing things to really protect your energy too. You're getting clear on things within your own situation, but you still may have according to these cards, a little bit of uncertainty with your twin flame and what's kind of going on with the overall union and overall connection. You're spending a lot of time thinking of this person. Like even in union, they're on your mind a lot. In separation, you might be feeling very emotional over this too and still purging out negative energies or negative emotions. For some, this could be like very emotional energy, crying, missing them, very strong soul connection and soul pull. And you're probably finding that doesn't matter where you are, you're like having that very, very strong pull to this person. Okay, some of you guys are having dreams of this person. You're feeling a lot of, and this is like my up and down card with it, of like energetically how things are at. You might have had a lot of highs and lows. When it's going good, it's going real good. But when it's not, you're really, really feeling it and it's very overwhelming. It just kind of depends on that too. So twin flame is the dual of it where, you know, obviously it's a lot of love energy, but it can also bring up a lot of painful energy too as you're having to deal with things on the energy level. And especially in this person's presence, they might be mirroring a lot to you or a lot back to you that you're needing to work on within yourself and acknowledge. Okay, we have increase your frequency. You're doing things to raise up your vibrational frequency. It's very, very important that you're doing that work yourself. It's also important, we'll get to the masculine side, that they're doing the work too, or it can be very heavy on the divine feminine's side of things. So if like divine feminine's doing a lot of work and you're feeling your divine masculine, well, you've been making a lot of changes lately, but you're not sure on their side, right? Then yes, it can get a lot on your frequency too. Just make sure that you're doing things to raise up your vibrational frequency. You have a lot kind of coming up with this person too, that you know this is twin flame connection and that you're kind of on that journey, but it might, everyone's journey may look a little bit different as to what is kind of going on with it as well too. And so we have a lot of, with this Indara's energy today, releasing heart chakra attachments, old wounds, things blocking the heart chakra, anything keeping you closed off to love. You might be kind of feeling it in the heart chakra, which is like, this is both individually and collectively. You might be having a lot clearing or coming up with the heart chakra right now in these energies, and this is preparing us for the eclipse gateway. So for divine feminine side, and like I said, you might be kind of feeling it there. Make sure that you're doing things to really, really take care of your heart chakra too, because you have to know that sometimes while we merge energies with this person and our chakras, sometimes we carry a lot of cords that can affect our chakras too. Make sure that you're doing cord clearing, cord cutting, and clearing work for your heart chakra right now. You're clearing a lot of karma. Some of it runs very, very deep of what you're healing in this lifetime too. Like some of you guys have very deep wounds. You have deep ancestral imprints, patterns, karma that you've picked up along the way. And a lot of it isn't even yours. If you really get honest about your situation, some of you guys are playing out family narratives from your parents or other places now through your twin flame journey. And this is what you have to work on. And this is things that you've probably been working on a lot of your relationships. If you're noticing familiar stories and patterns, and you know, your twin flame may not even be aware of that as they're playing out very karmic patterns and wounds on you on the other side of this too. And so sometimes we don't always understand the point of all of this, that you're here to heal this stuff and to clear it so that it's no longer affecting you. And I feel sometimes it could be making different choices, being aware of this and kind of clearing things on a karmic level. This connection, side by side, you're going through some type of Kundalini activation, which can stir up a lot and even a lot of energetic debris in the body, okay? So you might have a lot kind of surfacing. Know your energy is rising though, your frequency is rising, and to just keep going with this no matter where you're at. So you've been putting in a lot of hard work. Maybe too much. Not funny, right? You're seeing the results, but also make sure that you're slowing down for Virgo season and taking care of yourself. I love Virgo season. I love the earth energy. This is a little bit about like taking care of your energy, your overall frequency in your body. It's a great time to be like clearing out the body, detoxing, energy work, getting on a diet, whatever you got to do, right? Whatever it is to get a little bit healthier. So it's all about health, wellness, you know, physically, things that you can do. This could be like health, wellness, energy clearing, but obviously it could be like getting a new vitamin regime, and it's all about like your routine, how you're showing up for yourself and how you're taking care of yourself. And I love this card because this is like really good positive energies coming. Like you've been putting in the work and you're starting to see the results, and you're going to see big results. So keep going And this is my manifestation card too. For some, because it's pentacles, it represents the ideas, the manifestations, but it can even bring in money and abundance out of the work that you're doing. We have the King of Wands and of course Ace, and this is going to be your masculine coming in with things, and like they might be making big plans with you like, or with their life. And like, this is because obviously it's a reading for you too. They come in and they present themselves in this way, but it's also about like following through with that too. So they're feeling motivated, they're feeling enthusiastic about you, the situation, the union, the overall energy of it, and where they're at. We're tapping into their overall energy in this reading. Your masculine, if they haven't been feeling great lately, they're starting to feel better. They're feeling very positive, and like and I think we have that kind of vibe anyway, where you guys are like, okay, so we've been manifesting a lot. We're learning to manifest. We've been manifesting a lot, and suddenly those manifestations are a lot more tangible in this energy and kind of coming through. And so for you, we have a new beginning looming, but with new beginnings, we have letting go, right? We're in the letting go energy, clearing stuff. What needs to, I call it spring cleaning, even though it's autumn, right? like it's like, what do you need to declutter? What do you need to let go of? And I mean within yourself. So maybe you've had to let go of your twin flame for some. This isn't for everyone, but knowing that this will bring a reunion and a new beginning and a new cycle. So if you're in a separation, really reflecting on the last cycle with them, I call it a cycle, right? And where that took you, but also maybe what didn't go so great and things like that too. So you might be in a reflective energy. For some, you guys are in union, and this is like starting new stuff with them within that cycle that you're in, but this is like new energy coming in that's going to be really positive. And I'm very excited, even though we're in the last day of the month. I'm very excited about September, right? And like, I love the equinox energy. I love the eclipses, even though they're kind of a mixed bag. I always say you never know what you're going to get. However, you don't have to be surprised, because we're already in these themes right now. We've already begun these themes that are coming at you for the eclipses, which I say they're in a week, but they're in a little over a week. We start to kick off the first one. Well, it'll be technically the 7th, and then we have the 9/9 portal. We're already in whatever energetic themes are going to come up for you. So it might feel fast. Things are happening, but you're starting to see signs, okay? Or get clarity, or kind of get a clear direction on where these eclipse energies are taking you, which is a really good thing. They bring a healing. It's like the divine steps in, and with our first eclipse, it's very destined as it happens, we'll say North Node and Pisces and things like that. Okay, so we're going to do a reading for the divine masculine side of things and see where they're at. Okay, some of them are in avoidance pattern, right? Okay, you might think this person's a little hot and cold. For some, they might come across very clingy, right? And then very avoidant at times, okay? But this is my avoidance pattern. So clingy is like hanging around you all the time and not letting you get any air. Avoidance is literally the opposite. It's like no contact, silent treatment, right? And things like that. And usually it depends on the situation of why that happens, right? They might be hiding out, or I think this is my ego card of like hiding behind ego. And for some, that you may have triggered their ego, divine feminine, if you're still watching. So masculine, always the toxic trait is the avoidance, and like they feel bad about it, maybe this masculine, about how they're treating their divine feminine. However, there's no communication for some. Just take that as a resonance, or maybe not really seeing them. You don't know where they are, right? It's an ego thing that they may need to work through. And some people know that too, that they need to do their own work. Divine feminine can't like hold the frequency for both, or it gets very heavy. And we have, with today's energy, releasing karmic weight. So some of these divine masculines are with themselves. Like if you're like, where are they, right? They're with themselves then. And so for some, they're being stubborn, or, you know, they want it their way, or whatever it is. It just kind of depends, and needing to kind of stay open to these energies, because we have the shadow work coming up too, and stuff like this too. So, and we have this, it just kind of depends on what's going on, but they're not feeling great for some. They might be like upset about a situation, how things are going. This is my like feeling broken or shattered, and it's about this connection. This is a reading for it too. So whether this is in separation, healing how things have been going or how they're feeling, or in union, having to still do that shadow work. Like, just because you come into union doesn't mean we stop. We are doing the ascension work, and we have to keep healing things on our own. So for this person, they might be a little bit distracted by the union as well too, and kind of using the energy of the union to avoid doing the work energetically. So they've seen some of their flaws, whether they were pointed out to them and things they were doing with Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine said, this is not okay. Like, right? Or just seeing it being in proximity to the Divine Feminine, and it's kind of revealed things like from the Divine Feminine energy of it all. So we have a lot of moon energy, which is showing us things on a deeper level. It's showing us things that we've been unconscious about as well too. So they might be seeing some things they still need to work on, and that's just the shadow work. All right, we have a new chapter energy coming in, which is new beginning energy too. Some of them have been trying to move on, but are kind of stuck with that. All right, we have the ego, and just being reminded that you're so much more than that as well too. So for some, it's like ego shadow work coming up. We also have karmic energies coming to the surface. This may have triggered old experiences for them, things they've been through this union or whatever's been kind of coming up. They might have more karmic energies they've been holding on to. So with this avoidance card, when we suppress, we're holding on to more, okay? And this is like a huge clearing time for the planet too. They might be going through something karmic aside from the connection, and I like this because it's bringing up family stuff. Okay, we'll get into that after. But they might have old wounds that they're trying to heal. Could be connected, because we have this family card too, connected to family stuff or something going on currently with that they're kind of healing. Okay, we are reprogramming on a huge level, okay? And like in every way, like literally our body holding more higher frequencies and light codes in our DNA, but also our programming and our thinking and our beliefs and attitudes and things like that too. So this is like you're releasing and needing to raise your frequency, Divine Masculine. You're going through a lot during this time. That's okay. And maybe when I see that releasing, you might be clearing some energies yourself or kind of purging. Okay, we have releasing the past, and some of you guys still have energies you're holding on to from old karmic situations or relationships that might be triggering familiar things within you too, within this union. Like if you're Divine Feminine, sorry, just my cats. If your Divine Feminine is like bringing up certain things or old wounds or things you thought you had healed, and it just kind of depends in which way. So this is like old karmic wounds have been resurfacing from your past. And like I said, we have this family card, which I think this is very connected. We'll get into that in a minute. Some of you guys have been going through a period of solitude where you might be guided to, and I don't mind this, like when you're in separation, you're being guided to work on your energy by yourself, because twin flame can be very triggering and overwhelming to bring together. And I think it's very important that we're in alignment ourselves so that we can be in a better alignment within our relationships and in a healthier dynamic. So when we're out of alignment, we're kind of relying on that other person, and it becomes too much on them or their energy. So some of you guys have been like inside of a period of solitude, and this could be like maybe you're self-isolating. This could be a starseed thing too, where like maybe you don't want to isolate, and starseeds are like the oddball, don't always fit in. You might feel like an outsider kind of energy. You try to hang out, and it's like, you know what I mean by that. Okay, so this could be like a starseed thing. This could be just because of your spiritual awakening. It could be like the universe is guiding you too of what to be doing if you're being guided to really work on your healing and your mental health and your mental strength. So this is a block here, okay? And this is like needing to come out of isolation. Like if you've been avoiding and hiding and not really social lately, this is like needing to get out of it, okay? And this is a union reading too. And then we have our Six of Cups. I love this because this is my past life twin flame kind of energy too. So this is like you have old childhood baggage and stuff that you're still working through on your own. And this is like maybe having had a rough childhood, once again, starseed twin flame stuff. Maybe you had a lot of issues in your childhood, and you might keep going back there, not trying to. This is my unconscious memories coming up with the moon energy, okay? Or with the healing happening on the planet too. So you might try not to go back there, but sometimes you might have old wounds connected to old wounds or traumas. You may have old wounds or traumas that you're revisiting or avoiding revisiting that have created blocks in your system or wiring or however it kind of is coming up for you. You're being guided to do a little bit of inner child healing to heal overall your twin flame union and yourself, of course, and shadow work to release old energies that might be blocking up the connection or how you're connecting with this person too. So for the divine masculine side, you have heart chakra stuff coming up as well too, but more connected to childhood kind of stuff that you're still processing that might be creating triggers or wounding within the twin flame dynamic. Okay, I'm going in that note. I just wanted to say hi, enjoy the rest of your weekend. It is a long weekend here, which is good in America, but I'm around anyways. If you guys need me, I have lots of twin flame activations or healings on my website, clearings too, if you need them. Sending you so much love and good energies. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on my website, sparksofdivinelightshealing.com.